How many interceptions did we were sitting back watching the game and we were just counting like, well, that's one interception. That's another. I think it was like 3 interceptions that the Chargers literally had in their grasp that they let go. And when you're playing against the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes.
There's Samuel right there.
Yeah.
That could have been 102 the other way.
Yeah. I mean, when you're playing against Patrick Mahomes, you just can't have those type of things happen in a game because 9 times out of 10, he's going to make you pay. He did that multiple times in his game, getting out of trouble and just made the Chargers pay. So I'm watching the game. I'm like, the Chargers got control of this game, and then all of a sudden, poof, it's gone.
Do you think that was a pick that they overturned from Samuel? It looked like his right hand was underneath it, and I don't know. Who knows what it is? But the ball was moving. I get it.
I was looking at that. I'm like, there's no way that's going to get overturned. I'm like, that has to be absolute, no doubt the ball was moving. It didn't look like the ball was like moving that much.
And I get it. If you're a Chiefs fan, you're saying, of course there's moving. If you're a Chargers fan, you're saying that his hand was under it. We got no rooting interest. I don't. If you get the ball in that situation, in that area of the field, up 10 points, you have a chance to land as much of a knockout blow as you can against a team that it's damn near impossible to knock out. But then, of course, Mahomes makes you pay on a 3rd and 10, gets within 3, they tie it up, and they win then on the pick 6. From the Chiefs' perspective, a game where you win where Mahomes didn't have to be Superman and have 5 touchdowns, and your defense starts to be a whole lot better in the second half. What's the takeaway for them after this victory? Well,
we can win a multitude of ways, right? You know, last week, obviously Mahomes had 5 touchdown passes. This week, I think the word you could use for Mahomes was efficient. He was pretty efficient in this game. He had a couple touchdown passes. He made a couple Mahomes type plays out there on the field. Mahomes. Yeah, I did.
But they got 15 first downs and 318 total yards. But the Chargers are going in for a go-ahead score, either 3 or a touchdown. You go 99 the other way, and the entire game turns on one play. I just wonder for a Chargers team now, who's won in this building a couple of times with Herbert as their quarterback. Man, that's a long flight home. How do you make this game make sense?
Man, those are the games, Scott, honestly, as a player, they eat you up alive. They really do, because...
And would you always tell me what Coach Belichick said about a divisional game? They're worth what?
1.5.
And this is a game on their field.
On their field where you had it. You had control of this game, and then all of a sudden, 99-yard interception return for a touchdown, the whole complexity of the game flipped.
And from the Chargers' perspective, obviously the Herbert injury is paramount because this is a guy very early in the game. You know, this is like we text back and forth throughout the game, and you said, man, Herbert has it in complete control. I mean, he looks like on the road. He's not flinching at all. And give him all the credit in the world for getting them in the end zone late to make it a 3-point game. But if you lose him, I mean...
You're in a world of trouble.
Right?
You're in a world of trouble. And that's no knock on Chase Daniel. He's great guy, great business guy as far as the NFL is concerned, but Justin Herbert's a superstar. He's in my opinion, he's a top 5 quarterback that we have in this game. You lose him, man, I'm hoping that's not the case for the Los Angeles Chargers.
And I mean, it's the type of thing, it certainly appears, and this is the thing that we all do and everybody on Twitter does it. None of us are doctors, none of us know it, but you played this game. A dude's, after that type of fall, and he's pointing here, it would certainly appear to be rib-related of some sort. And, and then it's just a matter of pain tolerance, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, usually, see, he still has this adrenaline flowing. Right. Come tomorrow,
right?
That's when you feel all that stuff.
But this is a game the Chargers, as I say, twice they had 10-point leads. It appeared they had a turnover and had the ball in plus territory. It wasn't the case, and the Chiefs come back in a game where they only had 15 first downs and 318 yards, and they get the victory. Do we have the Staley sound? Can I get to that? Okay. No, okay. We're waiting to hear for some reaction from both sides, from the Chargers and the Chiefs' perspective. But again, as you said, Mahomes was Mahomish on a couple of occasions, but the ability of the Chiefs' defense in the second half to get them off the field, and then the fact that Staley was oddly conservative. I just wonder what you made of that, because no one went for it more last year on 4th down than they did. There were several occasions where they had the ball at or near midfield. They elected to punt. I just wonder, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I think what you saw early on in the game where I'm like, okay, Brandon Staley's going to go for this. I think it was more because of the team he has now. Like he has a team that I think is more complete, where he probably didn't feel like he had to go for it in those situations because of the upgrades on the defensive side of the football.
Understood. So it's a matter of saying, look, I think Mahomes punted they were 4 punts in the first half, which had never happened in a Patrick Mahomes home game. And so I get it. And I'm often the one that says that everyone loves when you go for it until you do and you don't get it, and then you hand the ball to the Chiefs at midfield. I appreciate all that. It's just wild to see such a difference where the only times they went for it was fourth and inside a yard, and when you were inside the 20-yard line, you're midfield against the Chiefs a couple of times inside 2-3 yards, and they don't go for it. I wonder if those are the types of things you regret after the fact.
Well, obviously there's going to be some type of, Monday morning quarterbacking going on, but I thought it was the right call by Brandon Staley. We saw last year, he was absurd as far as going for it on fourth down last year. I think, again, this year it's more the personnel that he has on defense where he feel like I can, pick and choose my spots to go for it on fourth down.
He was the darling of the analytics crowd because he just went for everything, and everyone loves that. And now tonight, again, I think there was just a little, and what you say makes total sense, but because of the defensive personnel that you can count on, and they largely did their job. I mean, it's a 99-yard pick for the rookie for the Chiefs and Watson that gives them the lead that ultimately stands up. All right, we will share these thoughts with you. Damien's going to stick around. Patrick Mahomes, 7 touchdowns so far this season, which is tied for the second most through the first 2 games of the season in Chiefs history. 5 to start it off, a couple tonight. Mahomes, 10 passing touchdowns in the first 2 games of the 18 campaign. 6 of the Mahomes touchdowns are against the blitz this season, so you bring extra at your own peril.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.